Hey, I got something new, and no, it's not gonorrhea. Hello there peeps, welcome to the Photo Video Show where we explore all things DSLR. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. On today's show, we picked up a new tool for the video and film guys and gals out there in the audience, and I know you want to see it. Of course you do, why else would you be here? Huh? We happened to pick up a brand new camera stabilizer called the SteadyGo. The brainchild of a couple of pretty rad dudes out in Burbank, California. They were looking to democratize the stabilization industry a bit by creating a low-cost alternative to some of the pricier rigs currently available. And I liked what I saw and wanted to try one out, and so I share my experience with you. So upon my box arriving, I immediately opened it up, and to my surprise, I find lots of foam packaging, which is very, very nice. I went through the initial awe and went, wow, this is really, really nice. Jumbo weights and mini weights, all with their specific little holes cut out in the units. And going through the rest of the parts, everything had its own specific place inside the box. Every little section perfectly protected in all that beautiful foam packaging. So presentation was top-notch. I was quite impressed with how well everything was packaged and positioned and protected. So when it's all said and done, what you end up with is the main unit, the weight arm, 1 jumbo, and 4 minis. Not trying to make anyone feel dumb, but in the case of being thorough, you'll take your weight arm and attach it to the main unit using the bottom hole, screw it on good and tight. You'll have a bumper there, so you'll find it'll fit pretty snug and secure. Once you get that done, unscrew the bottom knob where the long bolt is and attach 1 jumbo weight and 1 mini weight. That's the default configuration anyway. And once you get that all secured and screwed down, you're going to want to take off the front screw on the front of the unit here and attach 1 mini weight as well. This is the default config for getting your camera stabilized, so do that first. Once you get everything all set up, it should look something like this. The next thing you're going to notice, aside from the very nice finish, is that it does have 6 holes on the top of the unit. 3 on one side and 3 on the other. And essentially, the middle holes, the ones that are aligned with the unit, are for camcorders. The ones on the right-hand side are for DSLRs. If you have a weightier DSLR with a bigger lens, perhaps, you're going to want to put the screw in a further back position. If you have a lighter DSLR or a smaller lens, you're going to want to put it maybe a little bit forward. And you will secure your DSLR down with the screw that's provided for the top base plate. One thing I want to mention right off the bat is that the fact that the handle is not hollow. It is a solid handle. And I was really kind of hoping that it did have a hollow handle, simply because I wanted to maybe attach it to a chest piece, or maybe similar to, say, like the Flycam Nano or DSLR, where you could attach it to the sleeve to help you with prolonged shoots. Another thing about the gimbal itself is that it doesn't have much play. If you go too far forward or too far backward, you're going to hit the joint. So that kind of prevents you from tilting way too much, or else you're going to encounter some bump on that joint. And it will be violent. It'll show up in your footage almost immediately. So just be aware of that if you try to tilt it too far forward or too far backward, you are going to hit that the side of the joint, and it's not going to look very pretty in your footage. So after it's all said and done, once you get your camera attached, this is pretty much what it ought to look like. It will definitely get rid of most of your hand jitters, handshakes, and remove a lot of that just ugly, you know, handheld shakiness out of your footage. So in that respect, it works absolutely fantastic. Of course, the biggest problem with most Steadicam type devices is keeping that device from swaying from left to right or front to backward, and that usually involves adding more weights.
The thing to keep in mind here is that this is just a tool. Like any tool, it takes practice to improve and make better. And I think the biggest problem for most folks is that they buy a lot of this stuff and somehow they think that magically they're just going to become the most awesome person with a camera ever. And that's just not the case. And while I'm by no means a Steadicam expert, I did notice that with a few hours of practice, my performance got dramatically better. And I hate to get all preachy here, but those fantastic, beautiful pieces you see on the internet are done by people with a real passion and love for this stuff. So you have to practice, practice, practice. Well, my friends, we've reached the end of this mother grabber. If you'd like more information on the SteadyGo, you can find the link down below. Don't forget to find us on Facebook and Twitter and be our pals. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, be sure to drop me a line and I'll holla back faux show. Thanks for watching. Peace, love, and chicken grease.